Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering. Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about.
Der liegt aber niedergeschlagen auf dem Balkon.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Ich gehe gleich zu meiner Mutter, aber... Ach, ich komme nicht rein, okay. Okay, dann gehen wir halt zu unserer Mutter. Wie komme ich da jetzt nochmal hin? Oh, bitte lass mich jetzt nicht sagen, dass ich das ganze Karree muss. Wartet mal, ich gehe hinten lang. Weil sonst muss ich unten wieder durch den Speisesaal, durch die Bibliothek und die Galerie und... Kann der Typ nicht ein bisschen schneller laufen? Ach nee, das war ja gar nicht der Mortimer, das war ja der andere, der da lag. Ach, ich verwechsel die zwei immer. Die sehen sich aber auch ähnlich. Ja. Okay. Dann musste ich jetzt nach rechts. Halt, hier lang. Ich wollte gerade sagen, geht doch bestimmt auch. Ich sollte eigentlich mal wieder Dingens machen. Mal irgendwie wieder ein bisschen looten oder so. Aber ich glaube, das wird sonst... Es gibt ja noch 2 Kapitel von dem Spiel. Ich glaube, das wird ein bisschen schwierig sonst halt. Ist hier was? Nö. Okay, wo muss ich denn jetzt lang? Ist die Krypta? Da drüben. Danke. Bin ich jetzt nicht hier? Nee. Oh, dieses blöde Labyrinth. Hier lang. Da lang. Ach. Inzwischen bin ich... So. Okay, Mutter. Was willst du jetzt noch von uns? Liegt hier mal vielleicht irgendwas? Ja, ne? Das können wir uns jetzt mal gescheiter noch angucken, weil das letzte Mal bin ich ja, glaube runter. Dann war, glaube ich, eine Zwischensequenz. Dann bin ich auch, glaube niedergeschlagen worden. Oder überrascht worden oder irgendwas war ja. Geht denn das dann wieder? Achso, das geht darauf. Okay. Jetzt mal gerade langsam laufen. Na gut, das heißt langsam laufen. Da ist hier. Passiert jetzt was? Triggert jetzt was? Scheiße. Automatisch. Ich dachte, vielleicht kann man uns noch ein bisschen umgucken.
At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and logical. I know you are going to find it hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Ich wusste doch, die Influencer sind.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess.
Mortimer und Holm, Washington und Bonaparte, Wollner und Godoy.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No. Even if Holm does
Das
look
war
the
jetzt
part.
eigentlich nur
But
geraten.
I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those two.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Komm, wir spielen mal mit. Besitzurkunden, sein Stammbaum. Ja, stimmt, der Stammbaum.
I came across his family tree in his study
An only son.
since the Third Crusade.
The fall of St. John of Acre, Louis. The fall of St. John of Acre.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
Oh.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it
Ich
later.
wollte aber... was die Tatsache, dass ihn niemand kennt.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Ey, war das Spiel jetzt noch... Jetzt in die mythische Richtung? Ich dachte am Anfang ist es so ein bisschen kriminaltechnisch, aber wenn jetzt... gehen wir jetzt mal davon aus, das stimmt jetzt alles, dann... Oh mein Gott.
I went beyond the nightmare, Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession
Ja, gut,
of Sir Mortimer. They spent a
Das
whole
waren aber
night in
Scheißrätsel.
conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come.
Das würde auch erklären,
But tell
warum
me,
die
did you
Elisabeth da so
find his
Angst hatte.
secret
Diese
study?
ganzen...
I did
so Schutz
indeed.
vor
Did you see
Dämonen
his maps of
und...
the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
Schon wieder die Influencer. Man müsste das eigentlich dann echt nochmal durchspielen und alle nach
You
und
mean
nach
the conference?
sterben lassen.
How can you explain that someone manages to
Gegeneinander
bring together
ausspielen.
so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all
Auch wer
begin?
aufgedeckt hat,
I
ich dachte,
saw
ich gehe mal
him.
echt davon aus, das sind
What do you
Dämonen.
mean
Das wäre
you
ja so
saw him?
cool.
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him. Or rather, he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
Er war jung, charismatisch, extravagant.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
Wie alt war er? Fortfahren lassen. Was mache ich? Aber wie alt war er? Sie fortfahren lassen. Ich weiß jetzt, muss jetzt nur kurz einwenden, ich weiß nicht, wie es zwischen der schneide. Ich muss jetzt hier mal gerade einen kleinen Cut machen. Ging jetzt gerade leider nicht anders. Wie alt war er? Sie fortfahren lassen. Aber wie alt war er?
So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Und es
Did
ist
he
dein
ever go to your
Vater.
place?
Wahrscheinlich sogar
Not
noch.
once.
Oh.
At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted.
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741 in Poland, 1749 in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
Sorry, Mutter, aber...
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his
Oder dreh
father.
die doch am
Need I
Rad.
remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Alazif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing.
Ich möchte alle Dinge wissen. Etwas anderes. Im Brief von Anleger gefunden. Warum... Oh, die blöde Frage steht. Warum hat sie ihre persönliche Habe am Anleger versteckt? Ich habe noch den Brief. Oh Gott, ich will alles wissen. Ihre Hand, das würde mich jetzt aber auch mal interessieren.
Are you gonna tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that, I shall show you.
Ah.
You know, I found your package under a wharf plank.
As a matter of fact, I needed it yesterday. I wasn't expecting anyone to take it.
Ah, okay, ich kann es doch alles.
On the
Ah, ich dachte,
evening
ich
of
kann
my
jetzt echt nur eine
arrival, Cardinal
Suchsache machen.
Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm
Ich
sorry,
will's wissen, Mutter.
but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Man hat sie umgebracht.
Mother, did you kill her?
Of course not! Don't be stupid! I had no
Bei der Mutter weiß
interest
man
in
nie.
getting rid of her.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis.
Ich glaube
That's all
trotzdem
you
noch, dass
need
ich
to
die
know.
falsche erschossen habe.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
Ja.
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily
It's
to...
Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Okay.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
Ja. Was ist das hier alles? Ich will mich umgucken, ich will looten.
There. That's why we are here.
Was ist das denn? Hä? Was ist denn das für ein Rad? Bethlehem, Bethesda, Nazareth. Okay. Ich hätte etwas über das... Okay. Aber ich konnte ja gar nicht bei dem Peru in das Zimmer. Na, egal. Okay. Ach, was vergeben wir denn jetzt mal? Gewandtheit. Bräuchte mal beim Okkultismus hier noch ein bisschen was, ja? Einen Punkt habe ich noch. Ich glaube, manchmal ist das da nicht ganz so verkehrt. Ja, komm, machen wir es so. Da ich jetzt nicht weiß, ob da jetzt ein Kapitel noch vorhanden ist oder ob...
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think
Zwei
we're even
Kapitel, wollte ich
capable of
sagen.
doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open
Ich
it.
jetzt aber
Why,
trotzdem,
of
glaube ich, eine
course.
kleine
And what's
Aufnahmepause
inside?
machen.
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 6 objects before we try anything.
Are your 6 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement
Okay.
III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Daten im Kalender zuordnen. Okay. Okay. Nee, also wie gesagt, ich mache jetzt hier mal gerade eine kleine Aufnahmepause und ja, dann sehen wir uns entweder hier gleich daran wieder oder dann in einer neuen Folge. Also dann, ciao.